Let's try to do some more practice with our primitive data types. So let's create one more program right over here, and let me create a file, and the name of the file is just practice.py. Let me put up some comments as usual, and let me collapse my sidebar. Now this, as you can see, triple quotes, these are also a valid comment, and normally you would use triple quotes whenever you want to write some kind of a documentation inside the string. But the thing about this triple quotes is you can also create strings, and you can also do string formatting by using triple quotes. We are going to see an example of this right in this video. Here is the situation. Louis wants to open up a pizza shop, and he needs to write a program for accepting orders. Now, this is a very important tip. Before you always start coding, first you always need to visualize. Now let's just try to visualize our pizza shop, and let us try to think what all variables we would require. The first and the most obvious is we would require a variable for customer. That's the place where we would save the customer data. The second variable could be a pizza base. Maybe you would like to have a thin base or a base filled with cheese or whatever you prefer. The next variable could be for storing the pizza size. Maybe it's like a 12-inch pizza, or maybe it's like a 14 or a 16-inch pizza. So we would require a variable for storing the size as well. If it is a pizza, it also needs to have some kind of a topping. So we would need one more variable for topping, one more for cheese, and one more for the price. So this is how you would first visualize the entire program, and only after visualizing your program you would start coding. I will come to this concept a little later in detail, but right now let's get going and let's create some of the variables. Let us create the first variable called as customer. The type of the customer is going to be a string, so let us try write str, and the name of the customer would be CC. Let me put C as capital. The next variable would be for my pizza base, so I can say my pizza base. Again, the type is going to be string. This time I want to have a thin base. The next one would be for my pizza size. Now I want my pizza size to be an integer. Suppose I want to eat a 12-inch pizza, so that's what this is going to indicate. The next one would be for my topping. Topping has to be a string, and I want to have some toppings of olives. The next one, let us create a boolean saying that extra cheese, and let us create the typing hint. So the extra cheese variable is going to be of the type of bool. So the customer can say yes they want, false if they don't want. In case they want extra cheese, then we can say true, otherwise it's going to be false. The last one is going to be price. Now since price is going to contain decimal values, so we can say price is going to be a float, and we can say this is for $8.99. Just save it. And now let's try to print all of these values in our terminal. Let me put up one more comment over here. Now since this program is for accepting pizza orders, let's try to write print statements that would make some sense. So the first one I can say received order from, followed by the name of the customer. Let me save it. The next line we can print some of the pizza details, so we can say print again the formatted string, and then we can say the pizza base would be the pizza base. Then we can say size is going to be pizza size in inches, followed by toppings, and I can write toppings over here. Save this. Now let us try to print if the customer wants extra cheese or not. So we can again say is extra cheese required, and let us put the value right over here, extra cheese. And the last thing we want to print is going to be the price, so we can say bill amount is going to be the price, so I can put the price right over here. Let me run the program, and here we have the output, received order from CC. Let me take this a little down, and now we can start comparing. So you can see we have declared the name of the customer as CC. That's what we have right over here. The base of the pizza is thin, so thin is what we want. The size is 12 and the topping is olives. Do we require extra cheese? Yes, we require. And the total amount is $8.99. Let us have a look at one more alternative syntax of using formatted string. Let me put up a comment right over here. Now this time I am going to construct an entire string which will hold all of these values. In order to save all of this data, let me create a new variable by the name of order details. Is going to be of the type of string. And now this is the interesting part. We can create a formatted string outside the print statement as well. So I can say F and I can put my comma right over here. But I'm going to use triple quotes because I want to create my string which is going to be in multiple lines. So if you just compare your output, you can see we have multiple lines. On the first line we have the statement for received order, the next line has the pizza details and so on. So I want my string to be multi-line. That's the reason why I'm using triple quotes right over here. Now between these triple quotes, let's start adding our values. Now this is pretty simple. I just have to copy from above. Let me just paste this inside. The same thing for this as well. Please note that I am not copying the inverted commas because I already have them outside. Let me put this line, this one as well, and this as well. So what we have essentially done from line number 34 to line number 39 is we have created an entire string and we have saved that string to a variable, and the name of the variable is called as order details. On the next line, we can simply print out the order details. So we can say simply print my order details. And that's it. Let's try to run this file. And we have the output. Let me just comment all of this for a moment so that the output is much more clear. Let me clear my terminal, again go back, and let me try to run the file. So now you can see our formatted string is also working. Let us have a look at one more very simple alternative. We just saw that we can create a multi-line string by using triple quotes and assign that string to a variable. But let us ask the question, do we really require a variable? Maybe not. We can simply print out the entire statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm just copying all of this formatted string. Let me copy all of this. Let me go down. Let me write print. And inside my print function, I'm just going to paste everything as it is. That's it. Let me just save the file and let me run it. And as you can see, we have the desired output. You can use any of the string formatting style. There is no right and wrong method in this one.